The English word spirit has tons of baggage attached to it. When you hear the word spirit, you likely think of ghosts, or perhaps demons, or angels, or maybe some other mystical creatures. But in Hebrew, the Hebrew word for spirit is ruach, and it doesn't just mean spirit, it also means wind or breath. The general idea behind the Hebrew word ruach is something that we know is there, and we may be able to feel it or interact with it in some way, but we cannot physically see it. For this reason, a human who, whether naturally or maybe using some sort of technology, if a human could become invisible, technically, that human would be considered to be a spirit based off of the Hebrew definition. Now, our universe is filled with a sort of energy that is called electromagnetic radiation. And so there's this thing that is called the electromagnetic spectrum. It's the entire range of all possible frequencies and wavelengths of electromagnetic radiation. I bring this up because visible light, everything that we can see, actually is a form of electromagnetic radiation. Did you know that 99.99, actually over 99.99% of all of the electromagnetic spectrum is actually invisible to the human eye? As humans, we can only see 0.0035% of all possible frequencies and wavelengths on the electromagnetic spectrum. So think about that. What that means is we don't just live on a planet. We live on in a universe where we can't even see 99.99% of God's creations. They could be surrounding us right now as we just exist, as you listen to this video, as I'm speaking. We could be, and likely are, surrounded by God's creations among many, many other things. But again, we cannot see them. We can't even see half of 1% of what's actually visible out there. Our vision is extremely limited. And thus, and in Genesis 3, verse 5, when the serpent tells Eve that her eyes will be opened, now you see that there was a double meaning behind her eyes being opened. Because again, we cannot see over 99.99% of what is going on, not just in the universe, even in our, on our planet, in our own backyards. We have no idea what we are missing out on. Genesis 1:1 tells us that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Well, the Hebrew word for heavens is shemayim, and it can refer to both the literal sky as well as the idea of the abode of spirit creatures. The general idea behind shemayim is a place that is not earth, places that lie beyond what we can see in the sky. And so, keeping that in mind, along with the fact that, again, the Hebrew word for spirit is ruach, the general idea being conveyed is there are beings and creatures that come from places other than Earth, places that we cannot see because as humans, our eyesight is limited, and so some of these planets may even be within seeing distance. But again, we can't see them, right? And so these beings are coming to our planet. And again, we can't see them, we can't interact with them. They very much can see us, they very much can interact with us. Again, we can't even see where they come from. This is the general idea being conveyed by the Bible when it mentions spirits. Again, this is a more of a scientific-esque explanation as opposed to your traditional fundamentalist Christian idea of what a spirit is or what heaven is. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Unfortunately, as much as I would love to make more videos like this, I do need support in order to, because I do work a full-time job. I would love to make many, many more videos like this, going into detail, incorporating science and along with, the traditional meaning of the Hebrew words. I'd love to make videos like that, again, kind of straying from the traditional classic fundamentalist Christian perspective. But unfortunately, for that to happen, I would need support from an audience. So if enough people speak up and are willing to support me, then I would love to make these videos full time on a regular basis. God has taught me much, and I'm grateful for it, and I would love to share the many, many things that God has taught me. But again, unfortunately, I have to work a job. I can't afford to, do my dream career full time. So, if you feel so inclined and God has moved your heart, or maybe you just want to of your own accord, I would appreciate some form of support, maybe a like, maybe subscribing, and maybe even, something else. And again, with enough support, I'll be able to make videos like this one and even better videos than this one full time. And so I hope you learned a thing or two from this video. Stay safe out there. God bless. And I hope that you have a great day. Bye-bye.